Dan Campbell explains the reasons why the Lions released Brandon Joseph and also gives a big update on Ben Johnson that will surprise everyone. Will he stay with the Detroit Lions, or will he leave to start a new story with the Chicago Bears? We all know that he is largely responsible for this great work that can take the Lions to the Super Bowl. So before we continue with this news, I invite you to subscribe to the channel and like the video, as it will greatly strengthen our work in always bringing the latest news here on the channel. Support this Detroit Lions news channel. Subscribe there so that you will always be informed with the main updates. Help our channel reach the goal of 1,000 subscribers in 2024. We want to win this great Christmas present. Be a new subscriber so you always stay informed. Now, without further ado, let's get started. Because today's update is surprising, it is very important that you stay until the end to understand everything. The Detroit Lions made some drastic roster moves ahead of their Week 16 game against the Chicago Bears, including releasing safety Brandon Joseph. The move came at a time of high turnover and was influenced by factors both on and off the field. Here's a look at what went down and how it impacts the Lions for the rest of the season. Brandon Joseph, a player who joined the Lions as an undrafted free agent in 2023, has been building his way with the team. He spent last season on the practice squad and was promoted to the main 53-man roster after training camp this year. During the season, Joseph appeared in all 14 of the Lions games, racking up 182 snaps on defense and another 97 on special teams. However, a series of events in the week leading up to the matchup with the Bears changed his fate completely. The morning of his release, Joseph was arrested by Dearborn Heights police on suspicion of driving under the influence. According to information from the Detroit Free Press, provided by Dave Burkett, Joseph was pulled over on Michigan Avenue for speeding. During the stop, he cooperated fully with officers, but was taken into custody and later released. This off-field incident played a significant role in the Lions' decision to release him. Coach Dan Campbell said Joseph's release was the result of a perfect storm of circumstances. In addition to the driving under the influence incident, the Lions faced a roster crisis due to injuries and strategic needs. This combination forced Campbell and the coaching staff to make a difficult decision. Another factor that facilitated Joseph's release was the return of safety Etu Melano, who was activated from the injured reserve list prior to the Bears game. Melano made an immediate impact, playing 51 snaps and playing a crucial role on defense. His presence allowed Brian Branch to take on new roles in the defensive scheme, while other players, such as Amick Robertson, filled in for key positions due to injuries on the roster, such as Carlton Davis. Melano showed his worth right away, recording a sack, 3 pressures, and completely shutting down the only pass thrown his way, according to Pro Football Focus data. That performance solidified the Lions' decision, proving that time could move on without Brandon Joseph. Now, the Lions prepare for a pivotal matchup in Week 17, when they face the San Francisco 49ers in a Monday night game. The matchup brings an extra layer of excitement, as the Niners eliminated the Lions in the NFC Championship game last season. While the 49ers are already out of the playoff race, the Lions have a chance to clinch the NFC North title and the top seed in the conference with a win combined with a Minnesota Vikings loss to the Green Bay Packers. With the changes in the roster and the total focus on the next game, the Lions continue their journey in search of consolidating a historic season. Will time be able to overcome the recent challenges and secure their prominent position in the NFC? The fans are anxious to see the outcome of this journey. Now, the big update on Ben Johnson, as he is expected to be interviewed by the Bears. Let's understand everything now. Stay until the end. Enjoy and leave your like there. Prove that you are a big fan of the Lions and support with your like and your subscription. The Chicago Bears are reportedly interested in Ben Johnson, the current offensive coordinator for the Detroit Lions, to fill the team's head coaching position. According to ESPN, The Bears plan to interview Johnson, who has been a standout performer in the Lions' offensive line. Detroit's offense, under his leadership, has scored over 400 yards in the last 3 games, showing impressive consistency. In one of the most recent games, the Lions jumped out to an early 20-0 lead against the Bears, cementing a 34-17 victory and securing supremacy in the season series. Johnson, who recently praised quarterback Caleb Williams, describing the youngster's talent as something that makes the ball associate with being thrown, is in the Bears' sights, mainly due to his ability to leverage young talent and lead a dynamic offense. According to NFL Network's Tom Pelissero, Johnson is interested in the opportunity in Chicago and would be open to exploring the offer. There's a lot to like about Chicago. Caleb Williams as a quarterback prospect, ample salary cap space, multiple draft picks, and a huge market. Plus, the timing is set to start on a new stadium next year, Pelissero said. Sources close to Johnson indicate that he is more prepared this year to present a clear vision of how to form his coaching staff. In a possible transition to the Bears, Tanner Engstrand, the Lions' current passing game coordinator, could join him as offensive coordinator. On the other hand, the choice of a defensive coordinator could be more strategic, as Johnson could wait until the end of the season to consider talented defensive coaches who will be released by other NFL teams. Meanwhile, in Detroit, Scotty Montgomery, the running backs coach and assistant head coach, is emerging as a favorite to take over as offensive coordinator should Johnson leave. Montgomery, who joined the Lions coaching staff in 2023, has seen his responsibilities grow and is seen as a natural successor, given his experience and understanding of the team's offensive system. Johnson's departure would represent a significant change for the Lions, but also an opportunity for the Bears to evolve. The combination of a creative experimental mind with a sought-after franchise could be a recipe for revitalizing Chicago in the coming years. On the other hand, Detroit will need to quickly adjust its structure to maintain the high level of performance that Johnson helped establish. This movement in the coaching market promises to directly impact the dynamics of both franchises and could be one of the decisive elements in the fight for supremacy in the NFC in the coming years. Leave your comment now. I will respond, and your opinion will be very important for us to discuss today's update. Don't forget to subscribe to see the next news here on the channel. Turn on the bell to be notified. Until the next news from the Detroit Lions.